Hello. So recently I've wound down my Traveller campaign. It's been running for a year now using Mongoose Traveller, and it's been really, really good. We've had an absolutely fantastic time. So yeah, it's come to a natural end. We've kind of put it on a hiatus, so it's there if you want to go back to it. But if we don't go back to it, it's fine. We've sort of completed the story arc, and it was great fun. We had a great time with it. So we've taken a bit of a vote. Well, not so much a vote. We've had a discussion about what game we want to run next, and the game that I'm going to run next is Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Now I've just sold loads of D&D stuff because I don't play it anymore. The Dungeons and Dragons, the D20 system, isn't really my favourite system. I'm not a big fan of it, but it gives me a lot of nostalgia. All the old versions, because I started with Dungeons and Dragons in '84. So when I play it, it's out of nostalgia and my love for the role playing hobby, or the beginning of my role playing hobby. So I thought I thought I would never play it again, but here we are. Now the last D&D 5e game I ran was quite a few years ago, so I'm going to have to go over the player's handbook again and basically sort of get to grips with it. But I've not played 5th edition with these people before. I've only played Traveller with these guys, but they're all well into D&D 5th edition and D&D as a whole. So I'm not entirely too sure what they expect from the game, because I'm a bit of a, I won't say, yeah, I am a bit of an old grognard when it comes to D&D. I mean, this is the setting that I want to run. I want to use the 1st edition campaign set for Forgotten Realms, because I love the Forgotten Realms. I think the Forgotten Realms is excellent. But I don't know a lot about modern Forgotten Realms, if that makes any sense. For me, Forgotten Realms is mainly 1st and 2nd edition. That's the Forgotten Realms that I played in quite a lot. But I do love the setting, and I'm also a massive fan of the D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves. The way the Forgotten Realms was portrayed in that. So that's the kind of game that I want to run. You know, sort of light-hearted, quirky, a little bit of comedy, but also a little bit of melodrama and a bit of emotional attachment. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm not entirely 100% sure what these people want from the game. We are looking at, they are a lot younger than me, some of the players. So we are looking at me as a 40-year gamer, and these guys, some of whom have been playing for a long, long time. But I don't know what they expect from a D&D game. So it's going to be really interesting, a little bit exciting, to be honest with you. Because I'm kind of old school D&D, that's the kind of stuff that I like. So I'm not 100% sure what to expect from new school D&D. So I'm kind of excited to finding out these people's approach of how they play the game, what their expectations are. So yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to be learning a lot from each other. So which is fantastic. It's fantastic for me. So I need to sit down, go back through the player's handbook again. I have played this game before, and I have enjoyed it, but I kind of stripped it back a little bit and got rid of things like feats and talents and that sort of thing, and even the skills were reduced. So I kind of stripped it back to its basic elements, and I had really good fun with it. I really enjoyed 5th edition. But going through the rules again, yeah, I think 5th edition is my favourite edition of Dungeons and Dragons because it's modular, so I can take chunks out of it and dump it if I don't like it. But I'm not going to do that for these guys. I'm going to let them play it to the book, and they can play whatever race that they want. And like I say, for me, that's going to be not only exciting, keep me on the seat of my pants, and keep me being creative and trying to not trying to second guess the players, but at the same time trying to sort of incorporate all their ideas and passions. Yeah, and just hopefully learning new things. If I had the choice, if I did D&D, I would have done White Box, because that kind of incorporates two different sort of elements of the D&D that I like, kind of the old school feel to it, but with a few modern elements like Ascending Armour class, which I prefer, to be honest with you. Sorry guys, I don't like Thaco. There we go. Which I actually prefer, so I would have run that. But all these players, they're all experienced with D&D 5th edition. We have talked about it quite a lot recently, so we figured let's go for it. So yeah, so I'm now back to where I didn't think I was going to be. Like I say, I've sold off most of my D&D 5th edition collection. I've only got the 3 core rule books left. I sold off the rest of it because it wasn't really doing it for me. All the the adventures, some of the adventures were okay, but a lot of the books that they released for it just weren't really it wasn't sparking anything in me. Do you know what I mean? I felt like it was just the same, what I already knew, but with a new skin. So I'm just going to go back to what I enjoy. So I'm going to bring what I enjoy from D&D, the old way of doing things, plonk it in this new game, and then we're going to see how we get on. I'm hoping for a clash of ideas, but we're going to come out positive and everyone's going to have a good time. Hopefully I might view the game in a different way. Maybe they'll view the game in a different way, the way that it's played. I know that the D&D 5th edition, you're more playing superheroes than you are playing. Cause I'm used to meat grinder characters. Excuse me. So that's in the lower levels, there's a good chance that you're going to die. You just need to deal with it. Whereas in the D&D 5th edition, it feels a little bit more superhero. You are playing quite competent characters, and honestly, I'm kind of cool with that because then I can focus a bit more. I'm not worried about the characters dying, and I can focus a bit more on the story and the overall plot and the adventure. So I don't have to worry about bringing in new characters at a moment's notice. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I am looking forward to it. I am excited about it. The actual first session. What's the date today? The 13th of April, 2024. The first session is tomorrow. So on a Sunday afternoon, we play on 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoons, 5 till 8. So we'll get them in. Roll up some characters, and I'll let you know how we get on. So hopefully it'll be a lot of fun for everyone, mainly for me, and hopefully we'll all learn a few things. So yeah, let's see what happens. Ta-ra.